Hi everybody. All right, so I thought I'd make a quick little video for you about telling a story. I just finished your drafts, and what I've noticed is a lot of you are doing some great writing, but you're really not telling a story. So I wanted to show you, I have a couple of examples that I did with my other students in a face-to-face class. I took these from their personal narratives last year. And so here's what I want to show you first, is this is the first example. I'll read it to you. It says, I could tell there was something he wanted to tell me, but I couldn't find the words to say it. Every time he opened his mouth to say something, nothing came out. He would close his mouth again and clear his throat and look at me. This made me feel awkward. I kept trying to meet my mom's eyes, but she rejected mine. So I want you to see that this is very well written, and it has some details in it, and we can kind of see what's going on, but it's really not written as a story yet. So I revised this one, and here's what my revision is. Uncle Tono looked at me. His eyes were watery and fierce. He was not smiling. His mouth opened, and I felt afraid of what might come out, but then it closed again without making a sound. He cleared his throat, the scratchy sound filling the silence. I could tell there was something he wanted to tell me, but he couldn't find the words. An awkward silence settled between us. I looked over at my mother, trying to catch her eye, but she wouldn't look at me. It was like she was avoiding me at all costs. So you can see that I've added some details in here, and you can see that I've invited the reader in to feel what I'm feeling as I'm doing this. And this was not my this was not even my narrative, so I don't really know if this is even accurate. But I want you to see the difference between what my student wrote, which wasn't bad, and how I changed it into a story. And if you would like a practice with this, here's your next practice. And I did this in class, so if you can do this in a notebook, you can do this on the Scribbles and Craft discussion board, you can do it wherever you want. And if you don't want to, I guess that's your choice. But practicing is always very good. And if you do it on the Scribbles and Craft discussion board, then I can look at it and I can say, ooh, look at what you did. So here's the one that my student wrote. Around 10:35, my parents knocked on my door and walked in with a very strange look on their face. They pulled 2 chairs from my desk and looked at me, which made me think I'd done something bad. On the other hand, they don't normally walk into my room, so I was thinking something positive was going to come out of their mouth, like we're moving into a new house. I'd seen boxes around the house and thought we were moving. But I think I had a typo there, but I thought we were moving. We're moving, yeah. But little did I know what the reasoning behind it was. Okay, so if you want to, you can take this and you can get rid of this typo where I have we're moving twice, and you can try and add in some details and make it sound like a story. All right, so that's all I've got for you. That's the biggest problem with everybody's narrative, is that it just is really topical still. Lots of flyover territory where we can see things are happening on the ground, but the audience is held way back, kept at arm's length, not invited into the story to experience what the authors are experiencing. So that is what your job is between now and Wednesday at noon, because Wednesday at noon is your next due date for your draft. So you're going to upload your draft to me in the assignment folder, and you are going to post your draft to the discussion board for the oral workshop. So I hope you guys are all had a good weekend this weekend. I hope you stayed safe with your, because there's so much snow. It was awful out there today. So anyway, have a great night. I invite you to come and talk to me in my office if you'd like to. And have a great night.